Big news. Wayfair's President's Day clearance is on. Right now through February 18th, get up to 70% off everything home with free and easy delivery straight to your door. It's kind of like a present from Wayfair. President's Day? Okay, we'll keep workshopping that. And while we're workshopping, you should be real shopping at Wayfair. Like now, before it's too late. Save on quality furniture for every room in the house. Appliances, mattresses, cookware, home decor, rugs, wall art, sofas, spatulas, table lamps, toaster ovens, dining sets, outdoor sheds, and... you get the idea. Trust us, this is the sale to score amazing end-of-season savings at Wayfair. And the bow on top of Wayfair's President's Day deals? Free and easy delivery straight to your door. Now that's a present. So don't wait. Shop Wayfair's President's Day clearance right now through February 18th at Wayfair.com and save up to 70% off Wayfair's best deal since Black Friday.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
It's Wayfair's President's Day clearance. Right now through February 18th, get up to 70% off everything home with free and easy delivery straight to your door. It's kind of like a present. President's Day. I like the sound of that.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
The hour that packs a punch. It's Reese on the radio. And don't say we didn't warn you.
All right, ladies, buckle up. It's showtime.
Hey, what's going on, all you scallywags and nutmeggers out there? It is time for Reese on the Radio on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC. Reese on the Radio rundown. Plenty of stuff to get into. Wow, it's just before Thanksgiving. This week, I feel like, what am I supposed to do with that? You know, when you get a little old, you kind of fall out of favor with a lot of holidays. I feel that way now because I got a lot of work to do. It's rough when you own your own business, and when I say rough, I'm not trying to throw a pity party. Forgive me if it sounds like that. It's just that it's a tough road to hoe when everyone else is reliant on your employ. And again, not bragging. I like it that way. So I'm hoping that I could just work and everybody else can revel, because that would be cool. But they all want me to revel. And that's nice of them. Don't get me wrong. My wife is really big on that. The kids are really big. I was like, no, we want you to be there. And it makes me feel good that they feel like, it's not fun unless I'm engaged. But I just don't want to be. It's not like I don't like them either. It's just I don't want to be engaged because I feel like I have to pretend in some way like I'm having a good time when knowing damn well I'd rather be doing something else. Like I'd rather be creating. I would rather be in the office. It's just me. It's where I'm most comfortable. People say I need to get out of there, like take a break. It's not for me, I don't see it as like a break. I see it as like like doing the stuff outside of work is work for me. I think that's what it is. Right? When I'm working, I feel like I'm on vacation because I love what I do, no matter what it is. Working, running the U-Haul or doing this. This is like I get to do my favorite thing in the world. And everything else is work. Not dealing with my wife. Sometimes she can be a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't want to do that because I feel like I have to put on airs that are phony. I want to be there and celebrate. I don't want to have, like if I'm having a conversation with people, I want to talk about stuff. Maybe even sit and watch a game and no one say a word. That's kind of my favorite thing. Can we watch something or an event and just not engage? That would be great. I talk a lot in my jobs, so I don't want, and being around them, sure, hey, hug, how are you? Hope you had a great time. I want to go in and I want to laugh. Like I want to go in and I want to joke. I want to have a good time. For me, I want to joke about things and everything be like a laugh fest. And my family's, they're really not Let me tell you this. This happened. This is a true story. Roseanne and I go to a housewarming of a good friend of ours, Nicole. And we love Nicole. She's beautiful girl, blonde, and she is like right out of like everyday Americana. She's got bright eyes. She's absolutely beautiful. And we love hanging out with her because she's such a real, down-to-earth person, and she's funny. She's just like, can you imagine when you're around somebody who's attractive, funny, and sort of understand things the same way that you do? You sort of have the same ideals. So we love being around her. We love going to go visit her and her girlfriend, and it's fun. And they get us when we are around. So my wife and I do this thing where we are sort of joking in the most offbeat way. And there is a little bit of blue humor. It's not like cursing or anything like that, but let's just say there's a lot of off-color humor. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to call it anything. But she and I, we don't care if everyone else in the room is uncomfortable. Roseanne and I will laugh our heads off at each other while no one else in the room gets it. They will call us weird and say, okay, we will even find that funny. That's what I want to be able to do. And you can't do that everywhere you go. So when you're around family and they're not used to your sense of humor, you feel like you're, how do I put it? Like you're not welcome. I don't want to say not welcome. It's like they don't get it. And I don't want to be around people who don't get it or don't like lighten up. Like everyone's putting on the airs and everybody's got their Christmas sweaters on and everyone's being all Christmassy for the sake of being Christmassy. You know, they're behaving in ways that they don't behave any other time of the year. Like any other time of the year, no phone calls, no notes, no mail, nothing. But then all of a sudden Christmas comes around and everybody pretends like, hey, how you? I'm so excited. And it's phony. And Roseanne and I get there and we are each other. Like we are who we are. And people know, and then they realize, holy crap, there's a reason why they don't call us and we don't call them. We get it. And that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to be able to do. But if I can't do that, I don't want to go. I said all that to say, I don't even know why I'm saying it, but it's just one of those things. And I know a lot of people treat this time to really be with family, especially, you know, if it's family coming in from way out of town and you haven't seen them in a long time, that's always great. And you get to reminisce about the last time you've seen them or when you were kids. But you do that every year, don't you? Boy, I'm really spoiling this holiday. This is the reason why I'm the worst person for it. Right? I am just don't put me on the air to say, like, if you said, Reese, we want you to give a Thanksgiving toast to everyone, I would be, oh, please don't. Can you say something nice about Thanksgiving? And I'll just go, no, anyone else. I will suffer through anyone else's tired, boring commentary about Thanksgiving and the importance of it. Please, anyone else. Invite the local priest or pastor over to bless the food. I don't care. Keep me out of it. I don't want to have to, because I can't, I've got to do it. I'll say something funny. I'll say something rude. I'll say something that sort of, you know, puts people off, because I need a memory. I need to leave that place going, hey, remember when I said that about the stuffing? Remember the argument we started about dressing versus stuffing? That's my favorite argument, by the way. Just to let you know, if you ever want an argument during Thanksgiving, I'm the guy. And if you call it stuffing, or if you call it dressing, that's my thing. I hear people at Thanksgiving calling it dressing instead of stuffing, and I look for these people. I do. I seek them out so that I can ridicule it. It's stuffing. I do it. I do it a lot, and I can't help it. I'm addicted to starting the argument about stuffing versus dressing. Which, by the way, just let me be clear. There is no such thing as dressing other than salad dressing or dressing in a department store. That stuff that you put inside the turkey is stuffing because you're stuffing the turkey. It's that simple. That simple. To dress something means you're putting it over. See how that works? Ugh, you people disgust me. We'll take a break. More news, more views, and holiday cheer. It's Reese on the radio on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC.
It's Reese on the radio. And don't say we didn't warn you on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC.
All right, we're back. It's Reese on the radio, NewsTalk 1080 WTIC, the Sunday edition of the show. Now, if you do listen to the show, you know about this segment that we do each day at 4:05. If you've never listened to the show weekdays at 3 p.m., at 4 o'clock, I do what's called the stupidest thing I've read today. And I happened to see this today, and because I read it today, I have to make it a part of the Sunday program. In keeping with new gift-giving ideas this holiday season, and trust me, folks, I will tell you, I've got a problem with buying gifts. I don't know. I don't know what to buy. I don't know what my wife wants. She tells me, I take pictures of the stuff. It's usually pretty expensive, and I try to stick to the list. But when I saw this, something said to me, I've got to buy it. Because it's the greatest gag gift ever. And people, if you get this gift, you should be, and it is warranted for you to be insulted. If not fair to call the person who bought it lazy and thoughtless. That's it. Thoughtless. From the New York Post, folks, KFC, formerly Kentucky Fried Chicken, launches Christmas wrapping paper that tastes like chicken. But there's a catch. Really? I thought there was already a catch, that it was wrapping paper that tastes like chicken. That's not the catch? I thought the catch was in the entire description. But I digress. Let me read on. It's finger-licking good, it says. KFC is hoping its new holiday product will be on everyone's lips, literally. The fast food chain has launched lickable wrapping paper for the gifting season. The limited edition paper purportedly tastes like KFC's original recipe chicken, with a refreshing hint of cranberry sauce and an aromatic pinch of sage from the sage and onion stuffing patty, according to the product description. Despite the festive battle of the birds, at KFC we believe in chicken. This according to Phoebe Sims, the brand manager at KFC UK and Ireland. Introducing our first ever lickable wrapping paper, inspired by our epic limited edition stuffing stacker burger. I don't know how the two coincide, but apparently they do. However, KFC warned that the wrapping paper is not intended for human consumption. Well, thank goodness. The lickable areas of the paper have a protective cover that needs to be peeled off to access the tasty patch. But it's not advised to lick any patches without a protective cover. Thanks for the warning, KFC. The company also noted that it may require a few licks to get the full flavor, and all products used are food safe and non-toxic. But the wrapping paper is not vegan. I'm sorry. But the wrapping paper is not vegan or vegetarian friendly. What? How's that possible? It's wrapping paper. KFC's Christmas collection appears to only be available on the website for the UK and Ireland, so fans in America will have to stick to traditional wrapping paper. No. You guys aren't getting away with this. I'm ordering it. There's no way that we can't get that here in the country. We can't get that countryside. There's just no way. Everyone needs to go online to at least get one. The KFC paper was designed by an emerging artist, Soldier, and was inspired by the fan favorite stuffing stacker burger, available at KFC's Christmas menu in the UK. The burger consists of 2 original recipe fillets, sage and onion stuffing, lettuce, cheese, and spicy cranberry sauce. The lickable wrapping paper was available in store for free, though it appears supplies have already been diminished. I'm not going to lie, folks. How do you not buy this thing? It's the worst thing to buy. But how do you not? This is what I call train wreck or, 12-car pile-up shopping. That's what this is, a car accident. You can't look away. You rubberneck for things like this. When you're running out of things to buy, just as a gag, like maybe you're going to one of those, what is it called, the white elephant party? This is the perfect gift for that. This is going to blow up. I kid you not. And not because of me selling it. I think this sells itself. I think this may be the most brilliant idea ever. It's got to be. It's not vegan or vegetarian. What? How is that possible? I'm still trying to figure that out. Who else? How is there not lickable wrapping paper? How is that not a thing? When I first saw the headline, in my head, this is what I was thinking. And I know you're probably saying it too. You know how one of the biggest problems we have with wrapping paper is Scotch tape? Yeah, I'm going there. If you're thinking to yourself, wouldn't it be cool if you could lick the wrapping paper and just stick it like an adhesive, like you would an envelope? And the whole time I'm thinking about that, in my head, I'm thinking, genius. But the germaphobe in me was going, ew. Someone may have licked the wrap. Imagine if you were to get this wrapping paper on your gift and all of the seals were peeled on your gift. That means that somebody licked it before they wrapped your gift with it. Ew! Ew. Just absolutely gross. I'm sorry. For me, this is the best thing. I don't think I've heard a better gift. Even if it's a gift that you give like an office gift. You know how you try to figure out what you can get somebody at the office. You're kind of friends or you're just work buddies. This would be great. One of those office parties or a secret. This would be perfect. Can you imagine somebody opening up KFC lickable wrapping paper? Oh, I would put out my phone and I would just capture them. Hey, wrapping paper. Yeah. Lickable. Just thinking about it makes me happy. It's just, I don't know why. I have no idea. Probably because there's so many applications to this. It's just so much. Go online. And listen, by the way, if you can get it, even if you can't, please contact me at resetontheradio.com. Please just go to resetontheradio.com and tell me whether or not you ordered it. I just want to know. I may have to convince my wife that we have to get it. We just may have to. We'll take a break. We'll come back. More news, more views. It's Reese on the radio on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC.
Stay locked in. Reese on the radio is on WTIC. News Talk 1080.
All right, what's going on, all you scallywags? It's Reese on the radio, News Talk 1080 WTIC. Well into the Sunday with all of you. Got Thanksgiving coming up, which is going to be interesting. I still don't even know what we're doing. I think my wife just said to me, like, what are we doing for Thanksgiving? We might go out to her brother's home And I called him the other day. I haven't heard back from him. He's a scallywag, by the way. Oh, good old Chris. Anyway, so I was thinking about this. Everyone is still talking about what Democrats are doing and what liberals are doing after the election and how upset they are and what do we do next and all this. And I got to be honest with you, I don't think they're going to be able to get out of their way. I think that the temper tantrum is not over, and it may just be a 4-year losing their ish. Is the best way to put it. But hear me out. I know I always say on the air that I don't really care. I'm hoping that their ideas continue to put them in a pickle where they can't get out of their own way, because I want liberalism to die. I have to be honest with you. I just want it to die. There isn't anything redeemable about liberalism. There just isn't. I'm sorry. Whatever it used to be, that's over. It's dead. Like I said about, traditional conservatism or the Reagan Revolution, it's dead. It's over. And liberalism, everything about its idea, it's just done. It's just done. And these people are never going to get out of their way. Why? Because they have built nothing more than temper tantrum and petulant children. That's what they built. That's what they bred. And they started it off with this, the needy class, right? The nanny state, telling a bunch of people that not only were they important, but it was important for them to be hand-delivered stuff, right? That they couldn't do it on their own, and the odds were stacked against them, and the only thing that they could rely on was government, because government was pure, government was honest, government was loving and giving. And if you give us the reins, we will take from them and give to you. It's crazy that Chris Murphy's actually doing the same thing, saying that it's a different Democrat Party. He thinks that that's populism. It's the reason why they are where they are, because that just morphed into the same thing, right? Liberalism in the beginning, by saying to people that they were going to give them stuff, like the stuff they didn't earn, all of a sudden bled into the whole participation trophy ideal, right? That kids we didn't like competition. We don't keep score. Everybody's special. All of that got to this place where we are now. And so now you have these screaming people who their identity must be recognized, right? Because there was a time where people were just individuals. You lived your life. They lived their life. People were indiscriminate. You didn't know anything about them, right? They lived in this place. They lived in that place. But then people had to have an identity. Now, I know that you're probably going to say, well, it's because of social media. Yeah, that may be a part of it. But the world became very ego-driven. Everybody sort of became ego-driven. I'm just as guilty of it as anybody else. Look at me. I'm in the media business. What's the purpose of my job? Not to just get you to listen to my show, but to listen to me, to trust me, to grow the show. I'm in the ratings business, so I've got to grow the ratings. I need to attract more and more people to me and the brand. I get it. And I have to prove myself in that space. Okay, that's the job that I signed up for. But there are average citizens who work at average jobs to take care of themselves and their families, where that's not enough. And when we've made the celebrity part of our life so accessible, you get what I'm saying here, right? Celebrity is accessible. When you can turn Octomom into a celebrity, what's the name? John and Kate +8 or whatever. You can turn average people into celebrities. Then everybody wants to get in on the act. Oh, it's that easy? Oh, I don't have to train? I just can put a camera up in front of me? Remember the game, the show Jackass with Johnny Knoxville? There's a bunch of virtually unknown kids who filmed themselves beating themselves up. Celebrity. Next thing you know, Johnny Knoxville is in movies. He's a legitimate actor. Hollywood's putting money behind him to do movies, not just the Jackass movies, but actual film. And again, this is all become, so everyone sees it as an avenue where their average life now is extraordinary. And that's where we are. So when you have that happening over and over again, other groups start wanting to get in on the act. This is the reason why we have the transgender issues, the reason why we had the LGBTQ issue. These things start coming up. Black Lives Matter. How did these things happen? Why? Because everyone's identity needed to be put on the forefront. But in the beginning, it may have been like, oh, that person has an issue. Oh, wow, we should find out what's wrong with those people or what's going on with those people. And everyone wants to care in the beginning. What happens when the groups actually get the attention? They start feeling invincible. They start getting bolder. Wow, you mean to tell me that all of this outcry is getting attention and money? Oh, we need to be louder. We need to get more. They all of a sudden, they become the villains that they never intended. And the reason why they become villains is because nothing that they started was pure in the first place. In the beginning, it was always about fame. It's always about recognition. And what's happening with the Democrat Party today is that everything that they built up, all of the work that they put into this identity politics. Yeah, you knew I was coming there. All of the work that they put into identity politics have now turned an entire nation of people off. It became too much. They became the Bond villains. The world is not enough. And the world finally said enough already. But they can't get out of it because this is their natural state. They're going to fight back. They're going to kick and they're going to scream. But no, you can't just ignore us anymore. I can't go back to obscurity. And that's what's happening. They're kicking and screaming because they're truly fading away. Everybody. You see, because the smallest or the most average person now can become a celebrity, that the actual celebrity is meaningless. After a while, it's all turned to dust. So they all pack their bags and they leave to England like Ellen DeGeneres or go to Spain like Eva Longoria. They realize that the whole celebrity, the mystique, it's gone. No one cares anymore. We just want to, buy our steel-belted radios and get gas in the car and afford food, the essentials, and maybe watch a movie. We'll be back. More news, more views when we return. It's Reese on the radio on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC.
Reese on the radio, making sense of the news. Yeah, even when it makes no sense at all. Now on WTIC, News Talk 1080.
All right, we're about to wrap this up. Reese on the radio, News Talk 1080 WTIC. It's going to be a great week. Can't wait for it. Even though we're going to have Thursday off. And I hope all of you, your friends, your family, and those of you who listen to the show and listen to WTIC every day, I want to wish you all a wonderful Thanksgiving. If I don't get to talk to you and you listen to this show only on Sundays. And if you're just driving through, listening to this station and you're saying, hey, who's this guy? I wish you a happy Thanksgiving as well. And I hope you travel through. Maybe even download the Odyssey app so you can listen to Reese on the radio anytime. We'd appreciate that here. There's a story that's going around. I'm probably going to talk a little bit more about it on Monday, if not this week, if I feel like it. But because I almost feel like I'm stomping on an ant on this story. But if you had heard it, I guess Planned Parenthood reported that there was a 1,200% spike in people getting vasectomies. And what can I do other than applaud that there are people getting a vasectomy? Now, hear me out, because this is going to go in a lot of different ways, but I promise you I'll get it right back to the point. We understand that since the election, there have been these women who are running around cutting off their hair and vowing to never have sex with their boyfriends or men ever. Applause, applause, applause. Thank you, ladies. Congratulations. I'm so glad that you have gotten so ticked off at this election. You have decided that you are no longer going to be promiscuous or be involved physically with your mate. Why am I applauding this? Because, of course, this means that innocent babies will not have to die in your womb. I'm applauding you. I am applauding you. Thank you for inadvertently doing us all a favor by not killing babies. Thank you. You have no idea how proud of you we are. We are. Okay? And, look, the beauty of that is like, who were these women going to be bedding anyway? Other liberal, weak, low testosterone men. This means that even if they didn't get an abortion, they will not procreate. More faculty lounge, 4th century Greek mythology majors at our colleges and universities who are going to grow up to be people like chefs or environmentalists. Again, I'm applauding you. I'm so happy, so happy. And these men who are going to get a vasectomy, I mean, God bless you too. Again, these things, you have no idea how proud of you. You think that you are showing us. But guess what? Let me tell you something. You're brilliant. You're just brilliant. You showed us. That's right. Get a vasectomy. Make sure that you don't have any more children. Please don't get the reversible kind. Okay? Please don't do that. Don't make the mistake of getting a reversible vasectomy. Get the full blown, like, if you got to, tear out all the wiring. Whatever you got to do. Okay? And I think, look, and guess what? The rest of us, the normal folks, right, who can procreate, conservative, maybe even your conservative light, you can keep having babies. Those people will be the builders. Those people will be the innovators. Those people will go to college and learn a skill that will continue to be prosperous for us as a great nation, if not a great world. And let these people, please let them cut it off right at the spigot. Nothing. Absolutely. They will, and I don't wish death upon them, but they will die off eventually, right? Because they're not bringing any more of their like. And remember, the beauty of it is remember, they're concerned about the environment. They don't want to bring a child into this world. They don't want to bring that. They don't want to bring anybody back to this horrible place. Speaking of whisper, did you hear Joy Reid? She's whispering to people. She was like, don't go to Thanksgiving with your family. I'm like, who are you? Why are you whispering? Are you in hiding? What's with the whispering? I don't want to go to the tear here. I'm so happy. I'm just so happy. Other people are treating it as like, calamity. No. You have the wrong perspective here. Wrong. There are going to be people out here who are going to make this a great nation. They're going to continue. And think of the values they'll be able to teach their children. Yes, Timmy, there are two genders. Yes, Janet, a man is a man and a woman is a woman. Yeah, that's right. They'll be able to read books that do not have pornographic images in them. Even if they're animated, their children will not have to endure those kind of images in their library and their kindergarten class. It would be a great day. a fantastic day if it can all just wither and die. And they're just like, absolutely. Now, remember, they could also do the opposite, right? The opposite thing can happen here, and they could go, oh, they could realize the error in their ways, right? They reverse the vasectomies, hopefully not, but they decided, you know what, no, we're not going to remove ourselves from polite society. We need to live on and continue the mission of changing the world into a progressive place. And then they won't abort their kids, and they'll just have more, right? But at least they won't be aborting their children. At least. Again, there's a win-win here. There's a win-win here. We've been looking at this the wrong way. I know it sounds horrible, but these are things that we need to recognize. These are things we need to recognize. These poor, unfortunate souls. I love calling them that. So if you know someone who's going out there to go get a vasectomy and he's got purple hair with a stud in his nose and some weird piercings all around, yeah, you know what? Drive him. I want you to drive him to Planned Parenthood. You assist them. Make sure. Just saying. All right. We got to get out of here. It's always a pleasure to be here. All right, we'll check you guys out on Monday. Don't forget, always go to ReeseOnTheRadio.com. That's REESE ontheradio.com. You can read the stupidest thing that I read today. We've got a great top 5 on there. We'll be working on some other stuff, of course, throughout the week. We've got Thanksgiving coming up. We've got the opening monologue and so much more. And, of course, your phone calls at 860-522-WTIC. So please make sure that you join us this week before the holiday so I can hear from you and I can wish you a happy Thanksgiving. All right. As I always say, radio is free, so we thank you for paying attention. Remember to keep JC in your hearts and in your minds. Sean Patrick, we love you and we miss you. Remember that panic is not planning, so plan your work and work your plan. Me, I'm Reese on the radio. You have a good day, good night, a pleasant tomorrow, and we'll see you back here on Monday. Holler.